One day I was out in my garage doing some organization, and I come across my brother's old trick scooter. So I took off the stem and bars, and I take a look at it, and then I get an idea. Apparently, both scooters and modern bikes use a 1 1/8 of an inch steerer tube. But basically what that means is that bars and stems on scooters and bikes are interchangeable. So I put a bike stem and bike bars on the scooter, and that was pretty fun. After messing around with that for a while, I decided that, you know what, I should just put the scooter stem on the bike because that's a good idea. So here's the bike we're setting this up on, just because it's got a low head tube, so it's not going to be too ridiculously high, and also because of the lack of cables and hoses, because when we install this, none of it's going to be able to reach, so we're going to need to take all of it off. And with this, it's just one hydraulic disc brake. I need to get some new brake pads. So I'm running this without brakes just because I can't mount the caliper to the front. I mean, I could, it would just like take too long, and I just don't really feel like it. But you know, that'll be all right because I'm not gonna go too hard on this. I mean, I am, it's just that I don't really care that I'm not gonna have any. All right, so with that out of the way, I'm gonna install this scooter stem, and hopefully I won't break myself. So there's no top cap adjustment on this, obviously, because on a normal fork you would have a top cap that you would tighten down to preload the bearings, and then you would tighten the stem, whereas with this, you just tighten the stem. So I think the headset's gonna be a good deal loose. Yeah, like look at that. That's as tight as it's gonna get to, unfortunately. Like, I can't really do much about it, but worst case scenario, I need to replace the headset bearings, and that's not something that's gonna set me back more than a couple dollars. All right, you know, that is so horrible. I measured this, the bars are now up 20 inches higher than what they would normally be. So yeah, and then also they're back a good ways because it's parallel with the head tube, which angles back. I don't know how much further back it is because I'm not Pythagoras. These are also a lot narrower than these would be. I'm not sure the width of either of these. These are wide, these aren't wide. That is as specific as I can and will get. However, both of these bars have the same diameter, so I am gonna put on these lock-on grips here. That's looking pretty clean, actually. Like, a lot of my dumb experiments in the past have looked really bad, but this actually kind of looks pretty sick. So that actually feels good with the grips. Headset's not too loose, but yeah. All right, so I've decided that I am gonna install the brake on it just so I can get a little bit more sketchy with it. I'm hoping to go on some jumps and downstairs, and yeah, not a good idea, but when has anything I've ever done been a good idea? So I've been trying out this new bar soap, and it smells very strongly of like pine. And that got me thinking, like, when do we decide as a society that we just wanted to get out of the shower smelling like a tree? That's actually quite horrible. I mean, yeah, it's horrible. Standing up on it really feels like a scooter. Not like a trick scooter, but like one of them cruiser scooters. All right, so now it's the following day. I am going to take this for a proper ride and hopefully not break any of my bones while doing it. All right, I'm sorry, that was probably very boring to watch. It started raining, so I couldn't keep recording, and the things that I did get to record were very small. And it's easy to be sitting where you're sitting right now and say, oh, Oscar, your riding sucks. You should just quit mountain biking or whatever. But seriously, this is sketchy. And I like riding sketchy bikes, as I've shown in the past. And this is maybe just a little bit too much, especially when I'm trying to do like some actual mountain biking with it. This is just not it. Now, some of you may remember this if you've been watching my channel on a frequent basis. This is my tall bike. It's tall. If we put these handlebars on here, that would be insane. And I can make it happen if I get enough demand for it. Just let me know in the comments if that's something you'd actually watch. Real quickly, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you who views the channel on a consistent basis and who subscribes. It means a lot to me. I'm trying to go as far on this platform as I can, and honestly, I've exceeded my expectations. I think right now my total views for my channel is around 13K. I expected to go into this and get no more than 100, but thank you for supporting me and watching my content. And if you really like it, I would humbly ask you to maybe share the channel with a couple of your friends. That wraps this up though. Thank you for watching, and talk to you later. God bless.